same point per game average as last season. But overall, how do you kind of assess some of the ups and downs that you guys went through this year, and also you personally?
Yeah, obviously it's frustrating that the season is over. I think I speak for everyone that that's not what we were hoping for, and not what we were planning on. I think we were too inconsistent as a team to even give us a chance to make a push for the playoffs. So we have to change a few things, and we have to be better as a group, and we have to make sure we come in here next year with the same mindset as last season, and we want to make the playoffs, and there's no way around it.
Leon, you were one of the main guys in the power play, and it kind of switched up. You had a lot of success in that bumper slot early last year. When you look at the power play, what has to change for next season, and is there an area that you feel most comfortable on the PP?
I think we have all the skill in the world on this team to have a good power play, to have a good, put two good units out there. It kind of reflects on the season we had. We never really got rolling. We never really, put a string of games or goals together on the power play, and we just weren't good enough.
Do you look at one specific thing though? Like, do you watch video on the power plays, or something you feel just on your own game that you'd want to improve on the power play?
You always want to improve everything, your whole game, and I think that. I think for me personally, maybe I was a little too much on the perimeter and on the outside. But sometimes that's the game plan, and that's sometimes you need to just play the game, and maybe I made some bad decisions. But again, like I said, we were just too inconsistent as a group, and we never really got rolling.
So the season, it's like so when you get bad first month of the season, you always say, okay, we'll get it together, but all of a sudden you look and it's already November, and you can't get those games back, so you almost have to start the first game, then say, okay, we're going to play hard and consistently from now till April. You just can't turn the switch on and off.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We were right behind the eight ball right off the start, and like I said, on the power play, we never really got rolling. We never, we had one stretch where we were, we played good. We won 4 games, and then we got right back into what we did basically all year, and that's find ways to lose games or just not being sharp. And this league is too good to. Just give away the first 20, 25 games, and then you think you're going to come back and make the playoffs. The teams are too good for that, and I think we learned our lesson with that.
So you say you're comfortable going back and forth from wing to center, but would you like to at least go into the season and say, okay, this is my line now. Connor's got his line, I got my line.
No. My answer to that will not change. It's the same. I don't care. I really come to the rink in the morning and look on the board where I'm at, and wherever that is, I'll go play and try my best and try and be the best player I can be.
Sorry, what has to happen with this team, this organization over the summer so that this doesn't happen again next year?
Well, first of all, that's not up to me. I think that we as players, the players that we have right now, we need to change a few things, and to be really honest, straight up here, we just need to be better. It's as easy as that, really. It starts with me. We all have to be better, and we're going to make sure that's what happens next year.
Did what happened last season in the playoffs affect you guys this year? Did you come in thinking that it would be easier than it was, or that you were better than you were, or was that not a thing?
I don't think we thought that we were better than we are. Again, I think that it's we never really got rolling. If you get off to a good start, your confidence is good. You're buzzing. Everyone's feeling great, and everyone's feeling good. Coming to practice, working hard, and you lose the first 4 games, and all of a sudden everyone's panicking, and no one has confidence, and it seems like that's kind of what happened to us. But we need to make sure we change that, and we come with the same mindset as last year.
Earlier this season, Leon, Todd made noted that team speed seemed to be an issue. Do you think the rest of the league got faster this season?
I don't know. I think, you know, I think when we play our game, we're a fast team. We might not have the fastest players in the world, but you know, I think when we play our game and we're on top of our game, we're a very fast team, and we're tough to beat. The problem is we didn't do that enough this year, and you know, there's no excuses for that, really.
One thing we saw more from you this year was the one-timer on that offside. You know, you had a lot of good goals, and then I see a few times where you felt you know, by your reaction, man, I missed a really good shot there. Is that something you'll work on more in your one-timer, or is that something you feel that you can incorporate even more?
Yeah, I think I can do that more. You know, there's lots of things that I can still you know, add to my toolbox, and I'm looking to work on that this summer as well. And you know, I have so many things to learn still, and you know, so many things that I can be better at. So you know, it's about having a good summer, coming back with confidence, and you know, putting the things into place that you work on.
You're going to play for
Yes. As the way it looks right now, yes. I haven't talked to the coach yet. But,
crack that team after they
well, maybe not. Maybe they don't plan with me anymore.
I guess I'm thinking.
That serious. Just takes a couple of weeks, probably 2 3 weeks, but I will be fine and ready to go.
So no surgery or anything?
No surgery, nothing. It's just a couple of bruises and irritations.
What, do you still want to get into Worlds?
Yeah, I still want to. I haven't played a lot this year, so that was my plan overall. And I still want to go. I'll rehab for 1 week when I go home and join the team after that and see how it is.
So your season, it was so frustrating because you're coming in halfway through the season. Was it frustrating to play too when you know that the rest of the league's been up and running? You can't play as well as you normally would.
It was frustrating right after the surgery, after the injury happened. But it's part of the, part of the life you live. You play contact sports. Sometimes injury happens, sometimes they don't. But you just have to deal with it, and I try to deal with it the best way I can, and I could. But it was frustrating watching the game and then chasing the game too. But I felt more and more comfortable towards the end of the year.
What couldn't you do that you would have been able to do if you played in camp?
Definitely the mobility wasn't there that I was used to, and the game reads and stuff like that you're used to. Then you don't play for so long, and those things come as a habit, and then you have to learn the habits again. But I learned that the hard way, and now I know what to expect.
What were you guys missing? I don't know, you missed out.
I don't even know what this is. Is it gonna have to be on camera for this or not?
I don't think so.
I did. I actually, I'm a little bit banged up to finish the season, so I will not be going to play.
You look at this year, and obviously you, like a lot of the guys, first half wasn't what you wanted to. Your numbers in the last 20 games were pretty much your career average numbers. What do you need to ensure is ready in your game next year that's been there for the previous 4 years?
I think just coming to camp, ready. Maybe getting on the ice, if that means getting on the ice a little bit earlier in the summer, and just, coming in and starting the way I was able to finish this year, and just, we got a lot of time, take some time off, rest, relax, get healthy, and hit the ground running from there, and just make sure that I'm ready to go game one and start the way that we started last year.
And you mentioned it was more mental and confidence than was anything technical for you this year. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, confidence plays so much in goaltending. You never lose your athletic ability or anything like that. It's all mental. So I mean, when things aren't going well, it can snowball. And then on the flip side, when things are going well, like it did in the last little bit, and I was starting to feel a little bit more. You start making those big saves, and it snowballs the other way. So. Like I said, it's the mental side of it, and you just got to learn to manage those swings.
Cam, if you hadn't got hurt, you would have almost probably played almost as many games as you did last year. I think going into the season, they said, okay, we want to cut Cam back some games, but if you hadn't missed those 7, maybe you played 4 or 5, so you would have played almost the same. So that didn't change, obviously.
No,
it wouldn't have changed.
No, I guess not. I mean, like you guys know me, I like to be in the net. I don't want too many days off, but sometimes there's something to be said for that, especially when you're going through some of those stretches where maybe you need that game off or something like that to maybe work on a few things. So, I want to be in there as much as I can. I feel good when I get as many starts as possible, but 65 to 70 games is good for me.
Yeah, you've had 4 or 5 different backups while you were here. I mean, do you need a guy that you just know is going to be there every 4th game? Like, does that affect you at all? Would you like a steadier, consistent guy there?
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter who's there. I mean, I've had a good relationship with all of them. Like I said, I like being the guy to be in there every night. So it doesn't matter who's filling in every 4 or 5 games. It's just sometimes when you do need that night off, it's I think that we found that guy Monty here. Hopefully he's got another year left on his deal, and hopefully the two of us can to bring us back to where we want to be.
How much of your save percentage and stuff had to do with the fact that the penalty kill was so awful for 3/4 of the season, and he just kept giving up goals, and at home especially, so that just eats into.
Yeah, I mean that obviously doesn't help, but I'm very critical of myself. I'm very good at self-evaluating. Penalty kill always starts from the goal out. Everyone always says to have a good PK, your goalie has to be your best penalty killer. And to start the season this year, I wasn't where I needed to be either. So a lot of that I put on myself. So I need to be better. But as a group collectively, we could have done some different things too. So it starts from me, and I've got to be better start the season next year.
Just to follow up on that, Cam, like after that tough game with Florida, where I think you guys allowed 3 or 4 power plays, you were 91% after that. So not to take anything away from what you did, but it seems to me something must have changed in front of you too to get those kills, and so a lot of key times of games too.
Yeah, we changed a little bit after some of those games, whether it be the forecheck or how we pressure and stuff like that. And I think that once we got the hang of that and everyone bought in, we were able to pressure a little bit more. We were able to get clears. The other team wasn't gaining the line as easily, and we weren't playing our zone and playing tired as much. So I think that was a big part of it. And once we made those tweaks, you could see how effective we could be. So hopefully we can carry that moving forward.
Have you been able to fully kind of make sense of just the team's track record of killing penalties on the road compared to what it was at home?
You got to ask that all season long. I mean, there's no real answer to that. I still don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, you can't. It's weird how you can be number 1 on the road and dead last at home. So we have to find a way to be better in this building. And again, that starts with me.
The expectations for this team are so high this year. Where did it get away from you guys? And how do you get it back in time for next year?
I don't really have an answer for that one either. I mean, I think that maybe a couple years ago we felt like we had something to prove, and then this year maybe after the year we had last year that we forgot maybe how hard it was to do what we were able to do last year. So I think we have to come in and just manage our own expectations and just be ready to go from the drop of the puck and come August or October. So it's tough to say what went wrong right away, but I think to start the season, we have to be better. Last year, we got off to a really good start. This year, we put ourselves in a bit of a hole, and the league's too good to climb out of those holes sometimes. So we weren't able to do that this year, and we have to focus on a better start next year.
Jimmy, in fact, this is last year, your contract next year again. Does that enter into your long-range plans as well? Nobody likes going into the last year of a contract, so you have to play really well along with the team.
I mean, yeah, you always want that kind of security, but I mean, I hope that I'm part of their long-term plans. You never know what they're thinking, and especially after a year like this. But I see a lot of positives in this group. We have a great core here, and I'd like to be part of that long-term solution. So, I'd love to be here longer, but I obviously have to focus on playing out that last year, playing well, and focus on it from there.
Some people wonder about fatigue, the 70 games, and then some wonder about being a young father. Either of that come into play for you?
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, this year was easier from a home perspective. The kids were sleeping a lot more. They weren't up at 3 or 4 times in the night asking for a bottle. So it was, I have no excuses. I mean, to me, I have to be ready to come to the rink and play every night. Everyone has those challenges. I mean, there's a lot of young parents and stuff out there that come to the rink and play really well. So, I mean, I have to do, like I said, I'm not going to use anything as an excuse. I just have to be ready to go when the season starts.
Thanks, Cam.
Yep.
Say it's going to be easy for you to have a better start to next year than you had to finish to this year.
Yeah, it's safe to say. I mean, I really, don't know what to say or make of kind of my personal play after the Christmas break, and obviously it's unacceptable. Even more so from a personal standpoint. I'm a person that has a lot of pride, and I've always come to the rink and brought my best and never let my teammates down. And this year I felt like I let my teammates down in a lot of situations. And you look at the season as a whole, and I understand it's a team game and all that type of stuff, and but from a personal standpoint, you're definitely not happy, or even more so, even proud of the way that I played. So, but knowing myself in the past, and I've been through some rough patches before. Definitely have never been in a rough patch like I have been since Christmas time. So I've always found a way to come back even stronger, and that's basically where my head's at heading into the off season. I look at a couple former teammates. You look at Kopitar and Dustin Brown, who had tough seasons a year ago, and they come back. Kopitar arguably an MVP type of season, and Brownie, I think he got close to a 60-point season. So there are definitely ways to bounce back, but it's all on me to do that. And I'm not giving up on myself, and I'm not giving up on this team, and just got to find a way to find my confidence again and be the player that I've been in the past, and try to be the player that I can be for this team in order for this team to have success.
You missed a lot of really good chances last night. You had a wide open net in the first. How much of that was just your confidence being point where even if you had an empty net, you couldn't hit it?
Yeah, it just seemed like you know, where before the mentality was when you're in those scoring areas that, you know, your confidence was at a level that when you got a chance in one of those areas that it was almost automatic. And this year it was like you're almost second guessing yourself. You talk about last night having some chances and not being able to capitalize on them. I mean, I think back to more than a few chances where I've even had open nets and I, you know, hit the post or miss the net or shot gets blocked and all that type of stuff. So it just feels like everything that, you know, could have gone wrong, you know, went wrong. And, you know, at the end of the day, I just hope that, you know, the lesson that we learned from this season, the lesson that I learned from this season, we turn it into a positive and come back ready to play next year, because, you know, it almost felt like the year before when there was no expectation and all that type of stuff. We felt like we had something to prove, and we went out there and made it happen, where this year we didn't manage or deal with expectations the way that we should have, and it ended up costing us. So, you know, it sucks to be standing here and not have the opportunity to compete for the ultimate prize. And I think, like I said, we need to remember the feeling that we went through this whole season so that we don't have to relive it moving on into the future.
How much of your own game kind of stems from the fact that you're built for a certain style of hockey and the rest of the league is maybe built for a different style of hockey? Is that part of it?
Well, I think that's where you need to adjust. That's where you need to, you know, get with the times, right? So for me, it's just about trying to figure out how to get with the times and how to get adjusted to the way that the league's going. You know, but at the end of the day, too, it comes down to confidence as well. And I feel like, you know, since Christmas time, I haven't been playing with a lot of confidence. So regardless of whatever way the league is going, if you have confidence and your mindset is in the right spot, you end up having success. And I think I just need to find that again. And because, I mean, it's not like I'm old, you know. It's not like I'm sitting here at 35, 36 years old. Still, I turned 30 in 2 months from now, and I feel like I still have a lot to give. And to be honest, when I came in this year, this is probably the best shape I was in the last 4 years. And I unfortunately, you know, didn't get rewarded for it. But at the end of the day, you know, I find as you get older and all that type of stuff, you think to cherish things a little more. And, you know, I want to make the most of whatever I have left in this league and be the player that I know I can be.
It's not like the league got really fast after Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, but like I said, you know, it's just, I almost feel like it almost came down to a confidence thing, or even a bounce would have been nice, you know, to end the year off. I think, well, you told me, a couple of games ago, I had 1 goal and 75 shots, and it'd be pretty interesting to see what I ended the year off with, 1 goal and probably 90 shots, where I had a career shooting percentage at around 14%. And I've been, you know, I've always been very consistent, and I think just getting back that confidence in the consistency will help me with what I need to do moving forward.
You have to change you said you're going to lose some weight. How do you change your training regimen? You do more cardio and weights? How do you, like Dustin, they said when Dustin was there too, the game was getting kind of fast for Dustin. And he wasn't in Brown, and he wasn't getting to the hits and stuff. But he seemed faster this year. I don't know if he changed how he ate, how he trained.
Or maybe it was even excitement too, you know. But I think one of the misconceptions can be at times is that lighter automatically means faster. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a big person, and it's hard to say, oh, you just got to get lighter and automatically you're going to get faster. Where sometimes if you lose muscle just to get lighter, then you lose power, you lose strength, and then what good is that if this conception that you're lighter is you're faster? But but also it's the realization of what you guys were talking about and which way the league's going. And I mean, I've built a foundation of strength for myself as far as how hard I've worked in the gym since 16, 17 years old. So I think definitely not hitting the hard weights is going to benefit me this summer, and more like you talked about, just cardio. And even now I feel like everything's kind of gone back to body weight stuff. So there'll be a lot of that in the next couple of months for sure.
The one change you said, a lot of young guys, everybody's even veterans that have skills coaches. And I know you joked about, well, I don't need to do toe drags, but a lot of the skills coaches don't focus on that. It's just like, just passes in tight areas and different things. Is that something, you'll talk to Brown on them or other guys to see, if that's something you would look at?
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to talk to guys and see what they did in order to get their game back together. But also, you don't want too many chefs in the kitchen, right? So when there's too many voices and all that type of stuff, sometimes you start thinking too much and trying to do too much. But for myself, I think that all comes back to a confidence thing, because big strength of my game in the past has been making those short passes and little passes and winning battles and being hard and strong and making those plays around the net, and it wasn't there this year. So I have a couple of months here to try to rectify things and figure things out again. So I'm ready to go next year.
Consider yourself.
Despite not playing the full season, you had some good individual success, but I assume there was also some individual frustration with the injury and team frustration with where you wound up. So I mean, how do you kind of just put a seal on this one after everything you went through?
Yeah, I mean, individual success kind of just goes by the wayside when you don't have a good team year, and so I mean, I just kind of want to regroup this summer, and everybody wants to get better, and as a group we need to take a step forward here. So I mean, personally, I was disappointed to get injured halfway through the season. That was probably the time where, we wanted to make make a push before that, but that was a time that we needed to make a push, and the fact that I couldn't be out there helping out was very frustrating. But it's part of the game, unfortunately, and something that just have to move on from.
What do you think allowed you to hit that goal total? Like I said, in basically 3/4 of the season. Was that a focus or something you latched onto during the year?
Well, I think this summer I just kind of regrouped and wanted to take a step forward offensively and be a little bit more aggressive and just go for it a little bit more, and obviously not sacrificing defense and finding a little bit at the mix there. And I think I did a better job of that this year. And last year I was happy with the way that I played. I thought I created offensively and stuff, but I didn't produce as well as I could have, as I should have. But this year I found it a little bit better. So moving forward here, I still need to hone my two-way game and make sure that defense doesn't falter for offense, and but it also goes the other way too.
The goal you scored last night from the drop pass from Connor, that was a goal scorer's goal. Something he hadn't necessarily done the previous couple of years, where we're snapping that one back.
Yeah, I don't know if it's confidence does go a long way. I mean, I started out the year with a few goals. I got a few nice bounces too, and that does go a long way with with the confidence. And then since then, you just kind of you know that you can score, and you have that confidence in your mind to make that. Like last night, I had the confidence that I could make that shot and put it in. Where last year, maybe I don't. I don't know. I mean, maybe I look to make a different play, but things do change, and moving forward here, I need to have a good summer here again, and kind of come in with the same attitude and try to push again next summer or next year. Yeah, it'll be fun. I went when I was 18, and it was a great tournament. I had a lot of fun over there, and it's obviously really good hockey and a good group that you get to play with and get to represent Team Canada, which is always an honor. So I'm looking forward to that, and get a few weeks off here, then go out there, a couple weeks there, and then after that I'll take a few weeks off, and then just get back into normal summer routine.
Ryan, some of the guys were saying that last year you guys had something to prove. That was the sense in the room, and maybe this year the expectations perhaps got the better of this team. Some of the guys have been saying that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we came in and. I mean, obviously we had more expectations this year. I mean, you're probably right. We had more to prove last year, and I don't know if we just thought that it would come easy this year if we could just step in and pick up where we left off. But I mean, we need to remember how hard it was to get where we got last year. Every day was a battle. I mean, every single game we fought extremely hard, and we pushed teams as far as we could. I mean, we'd get down a goal or two, and we'd come right back and we'd score. Or we'd push them right back, and something that just didn't happen enough this year. And we just need to learn from it, and everybody needs to go home this summer and regroup and learn from everything this year, and remember what it felt like and how hard it was to be a winning team like last year.
You've been through a lot of rebuilding years in this team. Where's this organization at right now in its evolution? It looks like you took a step back from last year.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not rebuilding. I mean, we're a good team. I mean, we're close. We're right there. It's just we got to find it again. It was there last year. Nothing's changed. We have the same team. I mean, same group. We just need to have that same mentality as we had last year, the killer instinct, and we just didn't have that enough this season. So I don't know. It's frustrating because of the group that we have in here. I mean, when we do play well, I mean, you can see we can play with any team in the league. I mean, that Vegas game, obviously end of the season, but still, I mean, we played them really well throughout the year, and we played a lot of really good teams throughout the year. So when we want to play, we can compete with anybody in the league. I really feel that, and I think everybody in the room feels like that. So frustrating right now, but like I said, we need to learn from it, and we need to move forward from here.
So if there are major changes,
Oh, I got a bunch to do still. The gums aren't soft or not hard enough yet to put any implants in or anything like that. I got a flipper, but I don't wear it. It's just easier without, and don't have to take it out to eat or anything like that. So, yeah, I could use some new teeth though.
How many are you going to need?
3. Well, I'll get one permanent one on the bottom, and then the top one will just be a flipper for the time being until I'm done playing. Because if I get hit again, it could cause some serious bone damage. So, yeah, looking forward to getting some new teeth though.
Not a great year for the team. How would you evaluate your season for you? What did you like, and what are the things you need to improve on?
Consistency is probably the biggest thing. I think I had an up and down season. There was times where I thought I was playing great, and then there was times where got into a slump and just couldn't find a way out of it. I got to find a way to end those slumps a lot earlier and find a way to crawl out of those holes without dwelling on it. But I think I finished strong. I think I had the last 15 games or so of the season, I had a strong finish and played some of my best hockey. And hopefully I can build off that heading into the summer. And I thought I increased my goal scoring this year, which was something I wanted to do. But, I had a lot more opportunities to score. And hopefully, next summer I can cash in on more of them.
A lot more comfortable playing the wing.
Yeah, I think I played wing in college for 4 years, and whenever you play a natural position, it allows you to do the things that you're capable of doing and staying within your own game. And I thought playing wing consistently definitely helped out this year.
After the last year, a lot of the young guys are counted on to be better the next year. Yourself, Matt, and Slepyshev and stuff. Is there too much expectation on it? You guys are automatically just going to take that ball and run with it because they don't get any older guys. They just figure, okay, you guys in your second year, you're just going to be even better.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously want to improve every year, but for people to think that you're going to take these massive jumps, it's I don't know if it's not realistic, but there's a select few players that can really take those big jumps. And for guys like myself, I think I did take steps forward this year. There's still parts of my game that I got to work on and things that I got to get better at, but I do think I took steps forward this year. And I think it's to go from year to year and have these crazy jumps. I don't think it's realistic, but I think looking from year to year, there are things that you can improve on, and you got to find ways to improve your game from year to year.
Move from fourth line to second line to first line. Would you like to just say, okay, I'm either a second line winger or I'm a third line winger, and that's where I play? For
sure. I think finding a home and finding a consistent spot in the lineup allows you to play more consistently. Playing with consistent line mates allows you to play a little bit better. So I'd like to find a home in the lineup and a place that I can call home and find some consistency in that. I think that'll go a long way and help with my overall game.
20-goal scorer in this league. If you got 13 and you didn't say you didn't have the greatest season.
Yeah, I think scoring 13 is a good step. I had 7 last year and basically doubled that this year, and hopefully I can get up to that 20 plus goal range. I think I'm capable of doing it. With the amount of opportunities I had this year, I think I'm definitely capable of doing it. I think the biggest thing is just being confident in my abilities and not dwelling on if I miss a chance here or there, I can't dwell on it. I think there's a few times where I let things get to me and I get a little bit too critical of myself, and that causes me to not play the way I normally would. So like I said, I would like to take that step forward and hopefully be a 20-goal scorer.
You wear the stuff for your eyes, but you can't wear something for your mouth. So you just got to get your mouth done.
They went in and basically vacuum cleaned a lot of pieces of bone that was floating around in there. I was a little bit nervous because they didn't really know if I was going to be gone 6 months or 6 weeks. But when I woke up, I got some good news. So I feel very good about what happened, and the surgery went well. So I'm very happy and very have a good feeling going back home to Sweden and know the shoulder is 100% now. Obviously, we don't want to be in this position again, and when we have time to do a surgery this time of year, but that's what it was, and this worked out really well.
So it's just a carryover from the other surgery you had years ago, these bone chips and whatever?
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on in there. It's been going on for many, many years, but obviously last year was not a good time to go in and have a shoulder surgery, right, when we were in the playoffs. And like I said, I just want to go home and have a really good offseason, and it feels very good to go home and know the shoulder's going to be 100%, so I don't have to go through this again with medication and injections and play some bad hockey, because I don't want to have any excuses, but it's tough to play when you're not 100%. And I obviously want to be on the ice and have an effect on the ice and help the guys.
What couldn't you do this year because of the shoulder?
It's tough to say, but everybody knows it's a physical game out there, and especially for the defensemen to block out a lot of players. It's a fast game out there, so you gotta use your arms a lot and position yourself in a good way. Obviously, the shot was affected, but like I said, I don't want to have any excuses. I had a tough start of the season, but now I'm looking forward to the next season, because it's going to be fun to go over to Europe and kick off the season there. It's going to be very important to be ready right off the bat here.
Oscar, some opposing guys even admitted they felt that there was times where they could see you were protecting your shoulder. Obviously, there was a lot of pain. It limits what you want to do in a game, but what about in your head? Did you find at times you were hesitating to go into a battle just because you knew the shoulder wasn't as strong?
Yeah, I think it's almost more mentally than it is physically. If you know you're not 100% and you have a little bumps and bruises, you want to protect yourself. Back in the beginning of the season, I didn't really know how bad it really was, and it was like, if I get hit now, maybe I'm gonna be out the rest of the season and cannot really be out there and help the guys. And especially when that tough start, I wanted to help the guys and be on the winning track again and go to playoffs, because that was our goal. But like I said, that happened, and now I got the surgery done, and it feels very good right now.
Will it impact your fishing abilities in the offseason?
I don't know about that. It should be good. Hopefully it's good. I catch a lot of big fishes, so we'll see.
So you're the big wheel when the team plays over in Sweden? You or Lars, or who's?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Coming to watch you play?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a lot of fun. Just watching all those Swedes playing over there in Stockholm, it's been just a dream, and now we can do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of friends and family there, and it's going to be a memory to remember.
How perplexing just was the whole PK record at home versus all the
Obviously, it was not where we wanted to be. If you're going to go to the finals and win the cup, you really need to have the special teams working. And the power play and the PK has not been good enough this year, and especially something we need to improve for the upcoming season if we're gonna go far in the playoffs.
Going back to your shoulder, how long is that going to keep you out of training and weight training and all that?
It's been 2 weeks now, and it's still going to be a little bit of a swelling in the shoulder joint, what I've heard. So it's going to be 3-4 weeks, and then I should be good to start lifting weights and get back to the normal.
You were upset that you couldn't be on the ice against this.
Yeah, it was.
say much about winning the scoring title.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. You know, it's fun you know, to do that. Obviously, it's a credit to my teammates and all that they do for me, and especially down the stretch there where it was pretty tight. You know, they're doing everything they could do for me. That's really special. You know, to be, you know, to be able to do that, and he's the only guy to ever do that. It's pretty cool. It's you know, it's probably one of the things that I've done, and kind of just say wow, and you know, impressed myself that you know, he's the only one to ever do that.
The last guy who won 2 in a row was Yager. That's a long time ago too.
Yeah, that's another pretty cool name to be looped in with. So definitely pretty special.
Connor, you guys had that game against Florida in February. You lost 7-5. A lot of power play goals against. After that, a lot of numbers about this team improved. Individual stats, penalty killing, cam save percentage. What happened after that? Did the team loosen up? Did you focus better? What happened after that game?
I think there was just a focus on getting better down the stretch. You know, it sounds pretty cliche, and it's something that we've been saying all along, but you know, we really took that to heart and wanted to finish strong, and I thought we did that. Our game got better as the year went on, and especially in the last quarter. So we can hang our hat on that, I guess.
Connor, there's a lot of expectation for this team coming into this season. Where do you feel it got away from you guys early? I mean, was there maybe a little bit of overconfidence?
You know, we've got that question so much this year that, and I've kind of always said all along, I don't really know where it went wrong. I think Peter alluded to it earlier, where he said death by 1,000 cuts, and I think that's probably the best way to put it. When the power play was going well, the penalty kill wasn't going well. When we were scoring goals, we couldn't keep them out of our net. When we were stopping goals, we couldn't score. I think you know, just everything that went wrong, and you know, definitely something we have to figure out.
So your power play, did it change over the season? How your format, did stuff change? I mean, how many different? I mean, you threw out just individual lines. You threw out 5 guys. You know.
Yeah,
last year you were 5th.
Yeah, we threw everything at it. You know, we did everything possible, and we definitely changed it up. Not afraid to mix it up, and I thought even down the stretch as well, our power play got a little bit better. I mean, there were still days where it was horrible, but you know, definitely something to figure out here. Yeah.
So looking forward, Connor, what do you think needs to change, and if there's a lesson to be learned from this season, what is it going forward?
I just think that nothing's a given. You know, I think we came back from last year and everyone was feeling really good about themselves, and you know, and you know, just maybe thought it was just going to happen. And obviously, nothing is given in this league. Everything's earned, and you know, we learned that the hard way.
Now that you've won 2 scoring titles, what kind of keeps pushing you and motivating you to get even better than?
Oh, the individual stuff doesn't really matter ultimately. It's all about the team, and that's what drives me. That's what pushes me is to win. Ultimately, I think. Yeah.
How do you think Lucic? How motivated do you think he's going to be this offseason going forward?
I think he's going to be very motivated. You know, obviously, he didn't have the season that he would have liked, and you know, but you know, with Lucic, his offensive stuff, it doesn't really matter. He does so much more for our team than people could ever know. You know, just his presence in the room, his presence on the ice. You know, the way he plays hard and finishes checks, and it almost doesn't even matter if he scores. You know, you know, he'd obviously like to produce more offensively, but you know, for us, you know, he just is a guy that, you know, we love to have around in the locker room, and as a leader in the room, and yeah, like I said, he does so much more than just score.
You had Nathan Hopkins on your line for the last 15 games. How did that work compared to, say, Leon, or was it the same sort of thing? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Leon and I obviously have found success before, and you know, Nuge and I played well together too down the stretch. So you know, we definitely didn't have any shortage of wingers this year. Mixed it up pretty good, and
But it was nice to find a little bit of stability coming down the stretch with those two.
World Championships, it's bittersweet, I guess. Like you were saying, if you go to the World Championships, that means you're not in the playoffs.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, going to the World Championships is not where you want to be playing in May, but ultimately it's so special to be able to represent your country and to go try and do something special with a group of random guys, and it's fun. I remember my first year in Erie where we were out of the playoffs and went and played the World Championships. We won a gold medal in Russia, and I have great memories from that. And then obviously my first year in Edmonton where we were bad and went and won another gold medal in Russia. I mean, it's those are times that you won't forget.
Do you think this season was just a glitch and you guys are actually close to where you want to be? Or is there a lot that needs to?
Yeah, we're definitely a lot closer than our record shows, and I mean it's pretty hard to say that when we were sitting out of the playoffs 2 months ago. It's hard to say that, but I do think that we're much closer than we sit today. But there's still a lot of work to be done. I think individually everyone needs to have a great summer, work hard, be hungry to go for next year. I think there's not much reason to feel good coming into next year, so I think there's guys should be hungry to go.
You had the one injury, but you played every game since then. You take pride in that. I mean, these guys.